Hello everyone, it's I, the Melanated Oracle, and we are back here again with a ancestral pick a card reading. This message is timeless, so whenever you find it, this is a message from your ancestors. I feel like we really just need guidance from them and messages from them right now with how crazy the world is and all the news that we have been getting. So really just felt called to convey the message from them so they can really just get us through this time and let us know what we need to focus on. So I actually have 5 groups. I'm gonna of course set aside the picture and some time to meditate, so connect with your ancestors in any way you feel called to and choose 1, 2, 3, however many groups they are telling you to listen to. But let's go ahead and get started with this reading. So if you chose pile number 1, this is a reading for you. I'm going to start with your ancestral oracle cards first. For you, we got the oracle. I might see the living and the dead, the past, present, future. Pay attention to your visions, dreams, and spirit encounters. Inspired. Creative drive. Remain focused on your goals. Keep your head clear. Albino brothers. Born to stand out. Embrace every part of yourself. Dealing with childhood trauma. Being bully insecurities. Royalty, authority, business, rule, inheritance, bloodline, leadership, and last but not least, African mask spirit. We have warded off negative plans and plots against you. The first thing that caught my eye was the oracle. Right now they really want you to be paying attention to the dreams and spirit encounters you are receiving, because they're going to help you stay focused on your goals. So for some people, while you're experiencing, I don't want to call it an awakening, because I feel like you've been aware of these abilities, you just may not have placed, all the energy into them. But, when you really do start to step into this awakening of being able to hear these messages and decipher your dreams and learn about all these things, you're going to come off as a tad bit odd to people, but that's okay, because you're not meant to fit in with them. You are royalty. Royalty is literally in your bloodline, and what's standing out to me is that what you're now starting to experience has actually been passed down through generations, and it was inherited from the royal bloodline. They want you to know that the gifts that you are now starting experiencing with this oracle card, being able to hear messages from the other side, seeing things in your dreams, in your visions. You may even be daydreaming and things start to come to you, downloads start to come to you. They want you to know that this is helping you go towards your goals. This is helping you become the person you are meant to be, and that it is helping you to live life the way that you're supposed to be living it. And you don't have to be too concerned, because they are, warding off all negative energy around you this time. We're going to continue with the tarot cards because they all fit. We have Miss Ida, Bishop C.H. Mason, Pa, and the Free Man in reverse. First thing that stood out to me was Miss Ida. Miss Ida, she had her special abilities just as you are stepping into in the Bishop C.H. Mason, because what is standing out to me is that you're going to be inheriting a lot of knowledge from your ancestors during this time. You are going to be essentially following in their footsteps, is what's standing out to me. They don't want you feeling caged or trapped because you're not fitting in with everyone else right now. They don't want you feeling like something's wrong with you, that what you're doing is bad, because Bishop C.H. Mason, he was a Christian man, but he was not the typical Christian. He stood out, he was different from everybody else. They want you to know that's okay, especially with this paw card with the child leaning on his grandfather looking at the moon. They want you to start trusting your intuition, trust that everything that you're learning and all these gifts that you're now acquiring is meant to be, and they want you to follow your instincts, because they're going to be giving you downloads and messages through all of these gifts. You're going to be deepening your relationship with them, but that's only if you can rely on your intuition and lean on them. They don't want you feeling caged by society of how, if you are talking to the dead or getting prophetic dreams or visions and all of these different things, that there is something wrong with you, because it is not. We are not supposed to be like everybody else, especially you, pile number one, because your ancestral lineage is royalty, and it's royal for a reason, because it's not like everybody else. So they want you to be aware of that. You have the Ace of Blades. Cut through everything that is clouding your vision. Take inspired action, because when you get these visions, when you get these dreams, you're going to be getting ideas at the same time, because you're like, oh, I've never thought of it that way before. That's actually a really good idea. When you have moments like that, they want you to follow up on them, because that's going to help you live out life that you're meant to live and help you achieve your goals. It's going to help you remain focused, because they're going to give you downloads and little bits and pieces of what you need to do at certain times, so you don't miss any opportunities, or something doesn't just pass by without you realizing it. You're going to be able to see clearly and take inspired action, because I keep getting this movement of you just really driving ahead, and they want you to not be blocked by anything. They don't want you to be caged by anything. But if you don't listen to your intuition and you try to fit in with the crowd, and you try to listen to your logic rather than your own intuition, you're going to miss a lot of things. You have the shaman. The shaman is all about getting in tune with nature, with the universe, with, it's the inner knowing that we all have. We don't really need to be taught a lot when you think about it. A lot of us have that, innate knowledge within ourselves of knowing what to do, when to do it, just how we know we're supposed to get up when the sun rises, or we're supposed to go to sleep when it goes down. There's a lot of things that we already know that's within ourselves, and a lot of times if you want to unlock it, the only thing you have to do is rely on your ancestors. You don't have to go to all these different people. Yes, teachers and educators are helpful, I will say that, but they want you to be aware of where it is you're getting your knowledge and information from. They want you to rely on your innate knowledge and your inner knowing and your intuition to know if these people are telling you things for your benefit, or if they're telling you things in order to gain benefit for themselves, and that's it. Because a lot of people, I feel like, will be seeing your power, and they'll be seeing how you're going through a transformation, and it's going to be some people who will say, well, you probably need to do this, or if you really want to take it to another level, then you should work with me, because I can show you how to do this. I truly believe that you don't really need a lot of teaching in general in life. I mean, yes, when it comes to education, yes, but when it comes to our spiritual path, a lot of the things we can find within ourselves, or spirit, source, your ancestors, guys, everybody, they will lead you to where you need to go, and you will know you are being led there. But if somebody is, and I'm going to use this example because it happens to me, sliding into your DMs and telling you that they can offer this and this service, and that if you want to get a spell done, then to reach out to them, and oh, well, you might have this hex on you, so you should pay me this amount of money and I can take care of that, or oh, since you're seeing that spirit, this is what you need to do, and you pay me like $500 and I'll take care of it for you. That is what they want you to realize. You need to use your spirit of discernment that's going to be coming in, because they're going to be giving you all these knowledge and all these downloads, to know who is taking advantage of you and who is truly, someone you were led to by spirit. You have temperance in reverse. Like I said, you don't want to indulge in the latest trend or the new biggest thing. They really want you to look inside to know what it is that you need to work on. Especially with this, the moon is so bright and so full, and anytime I think of the moon, I just think of how we are naturally inclined to just know certain things. Be mindful of the information you're taking in, and be mindful of the information that people are trying to tell you, because I feel like with this new ability, people are going to see it and they're going to tell you that you need, it's just going to be like they're trying to take advantage of you, because they're going to see it. And because, you know, there's so many, and I've been seeing this message a lot, there's a lot of spiritual coaches and gurus that state that they can help you with all these things, but at the end of the day, they're human just like us. And you know, they haven't, how do you know for sure that they have done what they need to do? And the best spiritual teachers or gurus are ones that you don't need for a lifetime. It's ones that you can learn something from, or you can get some knowledge from, and eventually you're able to then go off on your own and expand without them. People come in, you know, in phases. Yes, you can have mentors, but an actual teacher or actual course, whatever, you shouldn't have to be reliant on all the time. And that's really what's going on with this temperance in reverse, because it makes me, I'm getting the word obsession. Don't be obsessed with the newest, biggest spiritual trend, or trend, even any type of trend, honestly, with this group, because really this group, some of you are picking up on your mediumship skills. You're all getting disc downloads and messages from your ancestors, but they just want you to be mindful of the information you are taking in. You have two of staffs. They want you to work with their energy so you can have the spirit of discernment of knowing what is authentic, what is a hoax, really, what is true, what is a I don't like using that word now, but conspiracy, honestly, because everything that is fed to us on social media, on the news, even with some of our friends, you know, it doesn't make it true. And so they want you to really call on them, because the biggest thing is this person is alone, but they still have some support. Your ancestors are going to be your support at this time. They don't want you looking at everyone else, or at least, if anything, you want to have a max of 2 people you are working with. If you decide to work with anybody at all, they just really want you to be mindful, because people are going to start to see how you are standing out. They don't want them to prey on their insecurity, on your insecurities, and because they see that you feel like, oh, well, how do I know if this gift is real if I haven't been taught it? You don't need a teacher. You really don't. I know society makes you feel like that you can't learn anything without a teacher. Yes, some things you do need a teacher for, but again, that innate knowledge that you have within yourself and everything that you learn from your ancestors and your guides, you don't need a teacher for. So pile number 1, that's my biggest thing that I'm seeing for you. They want you to be mindful of all the information you're taking in, where you are getting it from. Be mindful of who is coming to you during this time of awakening, in a sense, and really just rely on your intuition. So I hope that this message found you when it did. I hope that you got some guidance from it, and thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. So if you chose pile number 2, then this is the reading for you. So I'm going to start with your oracle cards. You have the Hut, foundation, home, being secure and stable. You got the Listener, hearing messages beyond this realm. Spirit, speak to me. Voices of other people speak through me. But I actually landed in reverse, and although I don't normally read reversals from this deck, I felt called to do that this time. Coal mine brothers, justice, wrongfully accused, trapped, protect yourself. The bush shaman. We live by rituals and prayers, blending in with the bush, kept secrets and being aligned with nature. Last but not least, mom and pop spot, proud family owned independent business, self-sufficient creator, innovator. First thing that stood out to me was that I felt called to do the Listener in reverse. The Listener is all about, you know, really just hearing the messages from the other side and taking them in and either conveying it or just, you know, applying it to your life. With the Listener, I feel like the messages are either being blocked or ignored. And the reason I feel that way is because you have the coal mine brothers, wrongfully accused. You may be getting warnings at this time from your ancestors or spirits or source itself, because I also just heard that some of you may be empaths. But the thing is, I feel like you're not listening to those warnings, and it might be affecting your stability at home or your stability with your business, because you have the mom and pop spot. And what you need to do is you need to live by those warnings. We live by rituals and prayers. We live by spirit. When you learn to live by spirit and walk with spirit, whatever that may mean to you, your life starts to blossom, because you start trusting your intuition. You start trusting those messages. And spirit only wants you to have a beautiful, successful life. So when you start leaning into those things, your life becomes abundant in all areas. But I feel like you are either purposely ignoring them, or it is blocked and you're not able to hear them. Heart chakra is what I heard may be blocked for some of you, because I just realized I'm seeing a lot of green in this area. So that is something you want to work on, because not being able to get those messages, that intuition, that feeling, it can really hurt you in the long run, because we have a sixth sense, no matter what you want to call it. Take dogs, for example. Dogs can literally feel if a person is a good person or not. They can feel if an earthquake is on its way. We all have a sixth sense. We as humans just tend to ignore ours, or are blocked when we grow up in this society. And that's something they want you to really work on, because not being able to hear, it can really be hurtful to you and can actually be your downfall for some of you. So the cards that I pulled for you: Three of Knives, Ace of Coins, the Big House, Ace of Knives, and finally Son of Knives. As you can see, there's a lot of knives in this, and that's actually pretty good. Usually I wouldn't interpret this card as bad, but I see you overcoming this blockage, overcoming the obstacles that are in your way in any area of your life, because you have the Ace of Knives. When I pulled this card, the first thing I heard was cutting through the BS. You're cutting through the cloudiness. You're cutting through things that are blocking your vision. Because I heard for some of you, especially this mom and pop spot, that you have a vision that you're trying to bring into fruition, but you have been struggling with it. They want you to not be reckless when it comes to going to that vision. They want you to don't charge in with a knife blazing, ready to go. They want you to think about it. You have the Big House, which is the Tower card, but really with the Big House, this is a plantation home, and somebody is looking through a rose-colored lens. See the entire situation for what it is. Hear the message and be willing to see it for what it truly is. Be willing to look at this obstacle. Be willing to look at this person who may be plotting for your downfall. Be willing to see the truth. Don't look through things through a rose-colored lens, because that's simply not how life is. Because if you're able to truly look at things for how they are, overcome it, cut through the BS, and then, not be reckless because you looked at everything as it is, you're going to get abundance in all areas of your life, because you're finally starting to step into your power. You are stepping into spirit. You are surrendering to spirit, and they will bless you for that. You will get blessings from that, because you're going to be on the right path for this dream. You have the Three of Knives again. Overcoming, that is the word. You are overcoming all obstacles in your life. It's not just with this business, it's in your life, because you have the home, you have the Star. Again, learning to lean into spirit, learning to lean into source, so that you may have a bountiful life in all areas, so that you may have the power to create your vision. Seven of Staves, protecting your vision. That's the thing. When things start looking up and they start looking brighter, the negative energy comes, the haters come, And really with this, you're going to be seeing truly who is there with you and who is there against you. And so when you see this truth, you have to take it, and then you have to realize, like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't be around these people anymore. I can't be in that situation anymore, because you have to protect yourself. You have 7 of Staffs and Coal Mine Brothers. You don't want to be wrongfully accused. You don't want, your vision to disappear before your eyes because of what someone else did, or you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or a scenario you got caught up in is now preventing you, I know this is random, but from taking out that loan you really need. The spiritual and the physical is tied together in all ways, so that can even mean you not listening, and you being trapped in some situation can prevent you from getting the loan you need for a house that you want. It can prevent you from taking out, a loan for a car, or, something in your record could prevent you from living in a certain area. You never know what can happen, so make sure you are protecting yourself, and just being mindful of when they show you the truth, that you listen and you follow up on it. Yeah, little Gord, you have to take creative action, because with this Gord, I'm really getting that you need to lean into your intuition, what you know yourself. And on top of that, you need to be willing to take this creative action in order to follow it so your vision can come to life. So my pile number 2s, undo the blockage that's preventing you from connecting with spirit the way you need to do. And then when they show you the truth and you get those messages, make sure you follow up on them so you can create your vision. Thank you for watching this. I hope this message resonated with you. I'm hoping it's giving you guidance. When you see it, stay blessed. So if you chose pile number 3, then this is the message for you. I'm going to start with your oracle cards first. You got Spirit Guide speaking. Don't miss this opportunity. It's your time. No more procrastination. The arranged marriage, soul connection, commitment, a marriage based on your soul mission as a union. Initiated into the mysteries, wise elder, knowledge to remove negative spirits and carry out rituals. Ancestor speaking. Everything you do is for a reason. Your hard work will pay off. Cheer up and keep pushing forward. And then higher guardian speaking. My energy is assisting you during this time period. You're going through major transitions. First off, what really stood off to me is how you have your spirits, ancestors, and higher guardians all speaking to you, as well as getting initiated. I feel like for all of you right now, you're getting a lot of wisdom and downloads. And I feel like for some of you, you don't know why all of this is happening and what's going on. It's because you're getting initiated from a elder. Now this may be in the physical realm, but it may also be in the spiritual realm as well, because you don't always need to be initiated from a physical entity for you to get a spiritual glow up. What really stood out to me is it says that knowledge to remove negative spirits and carry out rituals. You have all of these energies that are literally backing you up for whatever you want to do. So for some of you, if you are trying to do a ritual, when you see this video, know that your whole spirit team is now behind you. Also, the arranged marriage, soul connection, commitment, a marriage based on your soul mission as a union. So for those of you that are in relationships, I just heard if some of you are unsure, ask your ancestors if you are meant to be with this person. That's for those of you that are unsure. Those of you that know that this is the person, that is your person. But for some of you who are unsure, ask them, because I asked them, I'm like, you need to let me know, because being stuck with somebody in quarantine for 5 months, you go a little crazy together, and then next thing you know, he proposed. So they answered my question. So if that is you and you're a little unsure, just go ahead and ask them. But do know that your ancestors and your spirit guides are with you at this time. If any of you are feeling lonely, be sure to call on them. They are telling you that your hard work is going to pay off. They are telling you that they are literally helping you through this time of transition, and they are telling you, don't miss this opportunity. This time is for you. Whenever you see this video, this is your moment. And I'm about to jump into your tarot cards, because I'm going to show you why it's your moment. You got 6 of coins. Always good. I always love seeing that one. I love the itchy hands, man. Big Queen, Seven of Baskets, Son of Sticks. First thing that stood out, the Big Queen, Empress energy, and you got Six of Coins and Seven of Baskets. First thing that stood out to me is that this is very, very lucky time. Like whatever you are trying to bring in, this is the time to do it, because not only you got all of this ancestors and spirit guides literally saying like, we got you, we got your back. You got the wise elder, and if you're struggling to connect with a spiritual elder or getting knowledge from your ancestors that way, talk to an elder in your family. Our elders and our families literally have so much knowledge, but we just don't know it because we don't want to talk to them, because they keep talking on and on and on. But I promise you, if you just can sit through it and really take in what they're saying, they're dropping bombs of knowledge with every okay, I'm not gonna say that, but they were dropping some knowledge on you. But you have the Seven of Baskets. Anytime I see the Seven of Baskets, seven is a spiritual number, so this is a good time for you spiritually, obviously. But then Seven of Baskets, I'm like, it makes me think of how you're really overflowing with energy. And I also see the lavender right here, so you are overflowing with a peaceful energy, and that's really important, because yes, things can come out of chaos, but if you want something to be stable, you want to do it from a place of calmness with calm energy, because if you're using energy of chaos, you don't know how long that energy or that thing that you brought in is going to stay there. Be calm like a queen, like an empress. Realize that you stand in your power because you realize of everything that is behind you in both this world and the other. You have the Son of Sticks. Be willing to look high to the sky and call on them. They're there waiting for you, and with your itchy hands, now is a good time to do it. Honestly, whenever you watch this video, take it as this. If you've been looking for a sign, this is the sign. My pile number threes, this is the sign. This is the confirmation to either go after what you've been trying to go after. If you've been looking for a yes, this is probably the yes, because I'm seeing all of this energy behind you. I'm seeing Six of Coins, Seven of Baskets, Son of Sticks. Like, yeah, all right, we can go for this. I'm ready. I can take this inspiration. I can go at it. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. You have Justice, Fairness again, and then look how calm she is. Make sure that whatever you're going after, if you're going at it and you think about it and you are calm, that is a yes. If you are thinking about it and you are getting anxiety, or you're feeling constricted, or anything other than calm, peace, tranquil, it is a no. I'm going to put that out there. The Tower. This makes sense because you are going through major transitions. That means that I feel like whatever it is that's happening is going to be a major change in your life. Some people, I just heard job. Other people, I heard a new home. So some of you may be trying to move. Be careful, because if you see this and we're out of the pandemic, congratulations. But right now, if you are trying to move, be a little bit mindful, and be, because my biggest thing that stood out to me is he has his hand like this, which I'm doing it the wrong way. But be mindful and have that protection. Don't let everything physically into your home, but also energetically. You had a little staff in reverse. Again, you don't want to be rash when it comes to this. You want to make sure you are calm and tranquil. You also have the Scrying card. Be protected. Don't do anything out of anxiety, out of fear, because I see all of this darkness. You have to just simply trust that what you are going for, if you are in a calm state of mind, is meant for you. And literally all of the energy that is behind you right now will bring it to you. And you just have to have faith. It's literally all you have to do. Pile number 3, it's that simple. Make sure you talk to your elders. Call in everybody you need to call in. Your whole spirit team is behind you for whatever it is you desire or you're trying to bring in. And make sure that you do it from a place of calmness, because they will help you, because this is a big decision that's going to be life-changing, literally. And make sure you stay protected. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that when you watch this video, it resonated with you, and stay blessed. So if you chose pile number 4, then this is a reading for you. I'm going to start with your oracle cards first. You have Unknown ancestor speaking. I have been watching over you. Learn more about your heritage through research. You will find me, my name, the tall tree, wealth, abundance, growth, legacy. African child, responsibility for your personal, spiritual development and sacrifices. Remember us. Remember the sacrifice we made. The ancestors have paved the way for you. The bloodline ancestors, we are proud of you. Summoned by your call, give specific offerings. Last but not least, the misunderstood. Unable to defend self, innocent beyond suffering from cruelty, and helpless. Right off the bat, I feel like a lot of you may be feeling alone right now. You may be feeling like you don't have anyone with you at this time. The one thing that I was really picking up while I was shuffling for this group is that seeing everything on social media and on the news is not helping you. It's literally starting to affect your mental health at this point. And so your ancestors really want you to know that you are never alone. Anytime you want to call them, simply call on them and make sure you give your offerings, because it's always an exchange. They want you, that's what they were saying. When I was shuffling, they said, tell them, don't forget about us. Don't forget about your ancestors. Don't forget about the recent ones. Don't forget about the ones you've never met. Don't forget about the ones that have come centuries and centuries before you, because it took a lot for us, to actually come into existence. So I was like, oh yeah, I was born. No. Imagine all that it took for you to be alive this day and for you to actually be walking and talking. That's a lot of ancestors, and that's also that's just a lot of luck, man. You're very, realize how lucky you are to be alive. Don't just sit in this suffering and, think that there's no one you can call on, especially if you're going through a really rough time right now. There are people that you don't even know about that love and care about you, but you have to be willing to, dig in order to figure out who they are. You yourself are responsible for your life, nobody else. And I know sometimes society may want us to think that other people are responsible for our lives, but that's truly not the case, because all of us have the ability to have abundance, and all of us have the ability to grow as people. That's the biggest thing. You can always overcome something as long as you have the mentality to. Now, if you don't have the mind that you want to dig yourself out of this hole, that you want to push through and overcome something, mentally, then yeah, you won't, because you're choosing not to. But we can all choose to continue to fight and overcome something mentally. I'm not going to say physically, but we can choose to overcome something mentally. So I'm going to continue on with the tarot cards, and actually physically, yeah, you can choose if you want to suffer or not. You can choose what you want to do. But we're going to continue. You have the Three of Sticks. They want you to continue moving forward no matter what. You can rely on them. You can rely on your friends, because you got the Ten of Baskets. You can rely on your family. You have the Ten of Baskets, and you have the Six of Baskets, and you have the Daughter of Baskets. There are people around you that you can literally depend on. It's just up to you if you choose to reach out and say that you need the help, or if you choose to just suffer in silence and not say anything to anybody and continue to put on the mask that everything is okay. They want you to pick yourself up and continue moving. That's what you need to do. Dig yourself out of the hole and keep moving forward, because you have the Ten of Baskets. You have people who love and care about you. Even the ones that can't see you, they still love and care about you. But I'm seeing with the Six of Baskets that you have people in this physical realm as well who is willing to give you love and affection. It may not be romantically for some, but you have people who you can rely on for emotional support, emotional help, just a shoulder to cry on if need be. But you need to know, especially with Daughter of a Basket, that you need to be able to nurture yourself. You have to pull from your own well. It's a song I'm listening to right now, and she says, if you need a hero, look in the mirror. You have to be willing to help yourself out, because if you can't help yourself, you can't depend on anybody else to help you. Because at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at night, you are alone with your thoughts. You may have somebody to cuddle with, yeah, but you're the only person in your mind at all times. So you have to be willing to dig from your own well and nurture yourself. And the reason I keep using the word nurture is because I pull Queen Mother. So if need be, really call on the female ancestors in your lineage, because I'm seeing that they can really help bring that love. Some of you may also want to wear or work with rose quartz at this time, because I feel like really feeling that love is really going to help, especially the Ten of Baskets. You need to feel love from somewhere right now. You really need to pull it from yourself, but I know how hard it is to pull love from yourself when you're in a state of mind like that, because I feel like honestly for some of you, you are even depressed. And if that's the case, you need to rely on those that have that loving, nurturing energy. If your mother is still alive and well, and you know you have a good relationship, call her up. I will highly recommend it. If you can visit her, that would be even better. But if not, if you don't have that, look to the women in your life who have that energy. Look to your ancestors that you know of that have that energy, because I'm seeing that's really going to help heal you. You guys need to work with your heart chakra as well, because there's a lot of green in this picture, and really just in green in this, in green there, wow. But you know, really just work on opening yourself to the power of love. And I know that sounds so cliche, but love, when you feel it, it just does something that literally no other emotion can do. And I'm seeing from a place of where you're coming from, because you have Mama Gourd, you know, there's a lot of emotions, because you have so many baskets and you have the gourds. There's a lot of emotions that is running through you right now, you know, especially you got Mama and Queen Mother. You need to be nurturing yourself like your mother would. You need to be calling on your mom if you can. I feel like it's going to be too hard for you to dig yourself out of the hole. I'm saying, you know, to pick yourself up, but I already know that this group, some of you are really going to have to lean on others in order to dig yourself out. But when you do get out of that hole, be sure to pull from your own will. You have Six of Blades in reverse. Don't feel burdened by the entire world, especially with Six of Blades in reverse. For those of you that are wearing the mask, don't feel like you have to continue to carry everything on by yourself, because that's going to be more detrimental to your mental health. Ten of Blades, don't ever feel like any of you are ever a burden for relying on others at this time. Don't feel like you have to do everything alone. You have all of these, again, you have all these cups. You have Ten of Baskets, Six of Baskets, Mama Gourd, you have Daughter of Baskets, you have Queen Mother. This is a time for you to be relying on the people around you who make you feel loved in order to push through. Yes, you can, you know, rely on your ancestors and remember their sacrifices. And the reason that we have to remember is because, especially if you are a child of the diaspora, they have been through a lot, man. They've been through a lot. Even if you're not a child of the diaspora, you know, when you think of your ancestors, it took a lot for us to get here, especially, you know, my fellow children in the diaspora. You know, it's a chance that a good portion of us shouldn't have probably made it with everything they had to go through, because that was just inhumane treatment. So when you feel like you can't continue and you have to give up, remember your ancestors. Even for those who aren't children of the diaspora, remember everything that they've gone through to get you here. Even recent ancestors, you know, us who, you know, our ancestors dealt with you know, the civil rights movement. Think of others who have dealt with the Great Depression. And you know, I can't name everything because I'm Black, so I can only speak from my experience, but just think of everything that they've gone through and realize that you can get through this. Life can get better. Life can always get better. If you are at rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. So with that, pile number 4s, I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope it found you at the right time, and I hope it gave you, you know, just that little push you needed to maybe you can get out of the bed today. My heart is with you. My heart really does feel for you, because I know what you're feeling inside, and I'm here to tell you that it can get better. So thank you so much, y'all, for watching this. If you need somebody to talk to, feel free to DM me on Instagram and just say you came from this video, and I'll talk to you. I don't mind. You know, I started this so I can build a community and help people. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and stay blessed. So if you chose pile number 5 and this is the reading for you, so let's just go ahead and get started. Starting with your oracle cards first. The ancestor you ignore speaking. So when you come to talk to me, I have something to tell you and bring me something in return. Warrior spirit, you have our protection. Increase your spiritual power to succeed in battle. Participate and connect with your spirit team. Traditional healer, bone reading, higher forms of healing and wisdom required. Last but not least, the hardworking ancestor. Don't waste your life working for others. Fulfill your dreams. Be motivated. Know your worth. Right off the bat, the thing that stood out to me was really the warrior spirit, surprisingly, because I feel like a lot of us probably haven't spoken or connected or spoken to our warrior spirits, but when you connect with them and you're able to pull on their energy, it literally takes you to another level spiritually. I connected with mine actually through a dream, and that was wild because I actually lived his life. So you have the ancestor you ignore speaking. So maybe you encounter this warrior ancestor, but maybe you didn't realize who they were, or maybe you had that experience and you learned about their life and you were like, man, that was really intense. I don't know if I want to work with you, or I don't know if I want to revisit that, because they often especially the ancient ones, they did not have a happy ending, at least mine didn't. But you can really get a lot of knowledge from them and B, power, and C, those are the ones that we really need to uplift the most, because when you think about it, they often back in the way back then, or probably even recently, they weren't given proper burials. They weren't really given the proper respect for their transition. So really don't ignore them. Reach out to them, speak their name, say that you want to connect with them, and give them an offering. And most importantly, they just want to be acknowledged, so tell them that you acknowledge them. Moving on, because I feel like that's just something they want to communicate, because I know I almost missed him, and I saw him, I was like, oh my god. And so yeah, the only thing he wanted was really to be acknowledged, and after that, me and him have been pretty good, so do that. But sorry, a hardworking ancestor. Don't waste your life working for others. Y'all, if we have learned anything, if you're watching this during quarantine, you know what I'm talking about. If we're not in quarantine, congratulations, you made it. But if we've learned anything, working for others just doesn't work for a good majority of us. Because when you think about it, a lot of our ancestors worked for others, and that's just not the most fulfilling thing in the world. Working for yourself, I'm guessing, it feels amazing. I'm hoping I can be that way one day, but it feels amazing to be able to fulfill your own dreams and know your own worth, because there's just something so fulfilling about going after your dream and what you truly desire, and your ancestors want you to do that. So one thing that stood out to me, you have this. So some of you may want to get a reading done about what you're trying to achieve, just to get some more perspective. Or you yourself can do a reading for yourself. You don't need cards, you don't need an oracle deck, you don't need a tarot deck. And one thing that I use is cowrie shells. So you can throw some shells if you want. You can throw, this says bone reading. You can use feathers. You can use just a regular old plain card. You can find a type of divination. You can even use coins. You can find a type of divination that works for you, that can give you the extra wisdom that you need. And all you gotta do to get that extra push is connect with your ancestors before you do it. Connect with your spirit team or source or whoever you want to connect to, and just ask them, like, what is it that I need to know about fulfilling my dream? So with that being said, we're going to continue on to the tarot cards. We're going to keep on stepping on. You have Aunt Caroline, the grandchildren, 9 of Sticks, and 7 of Knives. So first thing first, the thing that stood out to me was the 7 of Knives, because really with this, what stood out to me is that your ancestors really want you to give them an offering, because she's just in here, she's cooking up storms, all these knives behind her, and 7 is a spiritual number. For some reason, the 7 in spiritual has just been sticking out like crazy today. So give your warrior spirits and your ancestors in general some offerings, because what I see with the grandchildren is right now they're kind of depending on you to lead the way and to break in the habit of constantly working for others, because you have Aunt Caroline. Aunt Caroline is the Wheel of Fortune. They want you to really step into your own self-worth and creating something for the lineage. They don't want you continuously working for someone other than yourself. They want you, the grandchildren to me, they represent hope, because this is, yes, another legacy is coming. And grandparents really plant the seeds in their grandchildren before they leave this earth. So with that being said, they're really leaning on you right now to make your own legacy, to make your own business, to make your own, just something to be remembered for that has nothing to do with someone else's dream, but to be remembered for your own dream. And right now I can tell that they're protecting you. She has all of the dead behind her. She has her Glock, she probably has a Bible, and she's ready to go. Ain't nobody coming after her. Mojo bag. Oh crap, I just realized, sorry, but she has a mojo bag. So some of you may want to work, be wearing a mojo bag while you doing what you're doing. But what really sticks out to me is that they're really relying on you to take the wheel in the family. I feel like this group, you might be the only one in your family that works with your ancestors. Welcome to the club. But that really stands out to them, because if you aren't able to connect with your ancestors, you can't really know what they want for the lineage. You can't really get the empowerment, because a lot of our family, at least mine, I remember I told my mom I wanted to go to school for art, because I started drawing at the age of 9, and she told me that wasn't a real job. And then I went to criminal justice, and yeah, that was not hidden. But step into your own dreams and get the support you need from them, because I feel like the physical support ain't really popping. So get the support you need from your actual ancestors, because they are, they're literally rooting for you. They're like, come on, you can do it. We need you to do it. We need somebody to do it, because nobody else can hear us. But we're going to continue on with your other tarot cards, the Conjurer. Bring what you want into existence. Bring your ancestors with you when you do it. Wherever you go, bring your ancestors with you. I saw a video of Maya Angelou say that, and it's true. Whatever you do, wherever you go, bring your ancestors with you, because they will empower you, especially with the Rider, your warrior ancestors. Even though it may be a business, either way, they have strength like no one else. Like, they are powerful. You would most definitely want to bring them in, especially if it's a business meeting with some jerks. Bring your spirit or your ancestors in with you, and you will be surprised with the aura you have, because they may be trying to belittle you, but if you are standing in power with your warrior ancestors, they can't really knock you down how they want to. So make sure you bring them with the strength card, and make sure you keep pushing on regardless of what people tell you. You have Young Blade. Be able to see through misconceptions is what I just heard, especially since you have the tornado. And everything's kind of falling apart down here, but he's seeing through all of the chaos, and he's seeing his vision. He's seeing clearly. He's seeing what it is that can truly come from what happens if you just keep going, from what happens if you just keep your eyes on the prize, what happens when you are determined to make your dreams come true. The Emerging One, you are literally stepping into your own vision right now. You're stepping into what it is that you want to bring into fruition with this dreams. And when I'm saying this, it doesn't even have to be a business, honestly. I also want to go watch group 2 because they had a similar message. But the biggest thing is really, that your ancestors want you to live your life in a certain way. They want you to live your life to your fullest dreams, your wildest fantasies and imaginations. They don't want you to be paying attention to all this other tomfoolery that's happening around you, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of things trying to distract you, trying to pull you away from your dreams. And that can be people, that can be family, that can be scenarios. Honestly, doesn't matter. I don't care what it is. Stay on your path and keep going forward, especially with a writer. So pile number 5s, know that you are protected, especially once you connect with these once you connect with these warrior ancestors and warrior spirits. You are protected and you have power like no other. Be sure to call on them in whatever you do, and be sure to realize that you are the hope of your ancestors, and the only thing they want you to do succeed. So make sure you call on them and work with them when you are bringing your vision to life. So I hope that this resonated with you when you found the message, and keep your vision alive and stay blessed.